Okay, I just wanted to go over the directions again really quickly because I didn't feel like we did a great job of listening to directions today. So here's what you need to have done by the end of class today. You need to have your 3 objects drawn and they need to be done really well. Okay, so first should be your apple and then it should be your 2 vases. Okay, so make sure that you have your cross contour lines on all of them and that they're drawn neatly and nicely and exactly the way you want them. Just a reminder, if they're not done or you need to redo something, I put all of the objects on the counter by my desk. You can just grab what you need, take it to your table, draw it, and then put it back. Okay. Then the second step you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take your ruler and draw a horizontal line somewhere in the center of your paper. So it looks like your objects are sitting on a table and you're going to draw that line behind your objects. So as you can see, it's not going to go through your objects. It's going to go behind them. Okay. And then you're going to use the width of your ruler. So you'll see that this line right here is exactly that size of your ruler. And you're going to trace horizontal lines to the bottom of your paper. And that's going to just be the width of your ruler all the way down. So you're going to do horizontal lines to the bottom of your paper. So a couple of things you're going to be graded on. Are your lines straight and are they even? Okay, so if they're sloppy, you need to do it again. And then at the top, above that first horizontal line that you drew, you're going to draw vertical lines. You're going to use your ruler and you're going to once again use the width of your ruler and you're going to draw vertical lines all the way across. Once again, going behind your objects. Okay. All right. So then the last step for today is you're going to get a thin Sharpie. Now, it's going to be super, super, super important that you use a thin Sharpie and not a regular Sharpie, because tomorrow when I get back, we're going to talk about line weight. And if you use normal Sharpie, you're going to completely mess it up. So you're going to use a thin Sharpie and you're going to trace everything. And you need to go slow because if you mess up your lines, then that's kind of the entire point of this project is to focus on lines. And I feel like a lot of us are rushing and we're not really focusing on our lines very much, which is the entire purpose of this project, is to really focus on lines and cross contour lines. So you really need to be taking your time and making sure that your lines are as nice and neat as possible and that you're trying your hardest and that you're not just rushing through to get something done, because this is for a project grade, which is 100 points. And I saw a lot of people rushing yesterday and not necessarily taking their time. Okay, so you're going to trace everything, all these lines, all your background lines. And yes, you're allowed to use a ruler if you need to. So like when I get to here, if I need to use a ruler to trace my lines, you can. And then when you're done, you can use an eraser to erase all your lines. Okay, so definitely once you're done, I would go back with an eraser and erase any marks that you have. Okay. All right. So that's kind of the stopping point I need you to get to today is I need you to finish your drawing, make it as neat as possible, draw your background lines, and trace with a thin Sharpie. And that is it. And I will see you tomorrow.